Welcome to another video. I am simply doing on the internet. None of this is financial advice. Crypto is extremely dangerous, so you need to know what you're doing. Don't listen to me, you would most likely get wrecked. In today's video, we are gonna check out the crypto sphere, especially Bitcoin. We're gonna check out what has been happening on the Pulse Chain ecosystem as the coins have been rocketing, especially EHEX. And we will check out your meme coins, so do throw them in the chat. And also on Twitter, I'm going to look at all of them. And let's jump into the charts. Over here we have the Bitcoin chart. This is the weekly time frame. Now, you've probably seen all of the other influencers, not all of them, but many of them are talking about a hidden or a head and shoulders over here. Let me just draw it in for you guys. This is your left shoulder, your head, the neckline, and your right shoulder. This will obviously only be confirmed once we break below the green dotted line over here. So you got your left shoulder, your head was this top here, and your measured move of this is if you from the top of the head to the neckline, you have your measured move all the way to the base of the chart. We had bearish divergences on all of the RSIs. You can see price went higher, yet the indicator we're using, the cipher over here, went down. Bearish divergence. But what we see here is that the indicators are incredibly low still on the weekly. Not only that, everybody and their friend and their grandma is saying that this is head and shoulders, which tells me that this is actually probably most likely going to continue to the upside, as not everyone retail is generally wrong. There is still a lot of room on the weekly for this wave to move up, something like this. And unless we form a bearish divergence here, I don't see us actually rejecting from here. That's BTC, just a little short update there. Don't listen to what everybody is telling you. Although, unless we break above these levels up here, that would be an issue if we don't get above it. And as soon as we break above 31,035, that will invalidate the head and shoulders, because the right shoulder cannot go higher than the left shoulder. So this shoulder over here cannot be higher than that one. That would invalidate the move. We can do a fib retracement on this. This will give us a reasonable target if we do break out on the macro time frame. I'm just going to set up the reload zone like that. Expect the reload zone in the reverse area to be hit. We've done this in the past as well, where Bitcoin breaks out of these zones, revisits the 61.8, and then returns to the accumulation area before having its bull run. We can see that this happened in 2018. Right into your reload zone. Let me just draw that in for you guys. And then heading down to retest its accumulation zone. Don't know if it did it in 2019 or what is this, 2015. Yeah, you came all the way to the 61.8. Touched it and down we go. Retested the accumulation zone. You can see the retest over there and off we went. So I expect that to happen in the next few months, all the way to 48,613. Maybe up there, come down to retest the accumulation zone, and off we go into the bull market. The halvening is in this area over here. So maybe that happens after the halvening, maybe before it, doesn't really matter. The bottom, as you guys, I've told you guys for a long time, I have believed has been in for a long time. This Bitcoin is up a lot, and it's just a matter of time until we see the Bitcoin bull market in full force. Over here, we do have the Bitcoin dominance. This is relevant to us because when this goes up, the altcoins tend to do not so good. Now, Hex and Pulse Chain kind of defies that sometimes for some reason. But we do want some headwinds with this collapsing to the downside. We can see on the weekly that we do have bearish divergences here as the price is going higher, yet the indicators are still lower. So this will confirm tomorrow, although that's just bearish divergence formed. It hasn't been confirmed yet, but this is promising as large buyers are stepping in here, but still retail is selling down the price, yet the Bitcoin dominance is going higher, but someone's defending these levels of the momentum, which is still lower. So let's jump into Pulse Chain. This is the weekly chart of Pulse Chain. We can see the indicators still very low. We had a pop-up recently. If we put on the line chart, we can see two W's, a nice little W down here, a larger one that has now broken out. This will be confirmed tomorrow. Expect a retest at the breakout level. That's called a sign of strength. So maybe we close this candle here, a little retest at the 4800 level, and off we go. That is called a sign of strength. You need to see this level hold. We've been talking about this breakout level for a while. We're getting a little bit of a rejection now. This coincides with the 61.8 from the bounce that we had after the SEC FUD. We can see right into resistance. This just shows you the power of the reload zone. If we do not get above these levels, and this is it, expect a nice pullback. And let's see, to the 61.8 at 4,169. Hopefully we can close here. This is technically a breakout even on the shorter time frames. This was your breakout level. Don't be surprised once again if we retest this level. Now this is the same breakout level as the weekly chart. That would still be healthy. We can even consolidate here for a while before heading higher. Let the RSI settle down a little bit. We are technically in the extreme bought areas on the daily, yet the 3-day still looks good, sitting at the 50%. It's neutral there, and the weekly, as we said, is still has a lot more upside. But let's not get too excited. We have the whole of 24 to consolidate and the whole of 25 to do insane gains. So the stronger your base is that is built here on your floor, the stronger the move to the upside will be. Pulse X, we drew out this beautiful little cup that's held. It's not really anything. I just showed you guys what I wanted to see. A nice uptrending bottom forming there. High on the RSI, we have broken out. We've closed candles above the breakout level. Let's start on the weekly. And pretty much same story. Your breakout level's a little bit higher here. Let's close candles above this, hold it as support, then we can see some higher prices. Have we hit the, let's go to shorter time frames. Have we hit the 61.8? We haven't. With this 61.8 is at 1,780 in this most recent range. Obviously, if we start breaking above it, that would be a different story. Maybe Pulse X has a little bit more upside. But what I have noticed, there's no bearish divergences here, right? We had our bullish divergences as price was going lower, yet the indicators were higher. We're not having the opposite of that with indicator going lower and price action going higher. None of that has been really seen on the chart, not even on the shorter time frames. And it's the same story with Pulse. We've not really seen that bearish divergence here, not even on the lower time frames. So momentum really hasn't changed just yet. I won't actually be surprised if we do go higher from these areas. I really won't. Just an update on the Ichimoku cloud. So when I last looked at it, we were actually inside of the cloud. We've now been fully rejected by the cloud and it's sitting above us. We've got a cross down here, which is the first Kenjin cross that we've had here. The blue moving average is faster than the red moving average. We had our cross here, signaling to us that something has changed in the market. We've now bumped above. If you can close inside of the Ikumoku cloud, you can expect a move to the top of the cloud. Now it's moving down quickly. The top of the cloud is exactly below the sacrificed average. It's moving down pretty quickly. It just depends on when we can close inside of this cloud. So let's go back to pulse. Let's look at some ratios before we go to EX. For you guys who's just joined, go ahead and put your suggestions, the coins that you want me to see to look at inside of the chat. Pulse X. Let's switch to. Oh yeah, okay. So this is the ratio. You can see if we've been rejected at this breakout level once, 2, 3, 4, and now for the 5th time. Let's see if we can finally close a candle up here. It really wants to close a candle up here. That would be your breakout. Close a few candles above this line, then we can see some continuation to the upside. We have our resistance levels above us. 0.32, 0.29. The measured move takes you exactly to the 0.236. So that I would expect that for us to be our first target. Not really the extreme overbought areas or extreme bought areas just yet. There's definitely more upside on momentum as well. So this looks good. If we put on the line chart, these are lots and lots of W's, right? So Pulse X to show a little bit of strength versus Pulse Chain. So generally we could see an outperformance of Pulse X here. Pulse X is incredibly cheap versus Pulse. It's been punished quite a lot. So a relief rally is definitely in the cards. That is Pulse X. So let's go to EX. A very, very fast move. Generally, fast move to the upside. Generally retrace, unfortunately, right? We've V-bottomed down here. And if you've listened to me for a while, you know the markets really don't like V-bottoms. I mean, if you put on the line chart, price going lower, and boom, off we go. I mean, it won't be unhealthy to do a little bit of a retracement. And in fact, we can see where our reload zones are. You've got lots of confluence at these areas here. So don't be surprised if you come all the way back and consolidate in these areas. Not telling you what to do. Yeah, this is just a very, very quick move. Don't be surprised if we consolidate here. I'm very happy with this. Many people know that I'm not a picker of PX or EX. I've held both of my sides. I've still got my staking ladder. Just a little bit of a very, very quick move. Generally, they retrace. On the RSI, I don't think we really even had bearish divergences. RSI is very high, right? Let's see if we see some divergences on the shorter time frame. I mean, really no divergences really on the 4 hourly. Nothing even on the hourly chart. So, which is actually quite positive, right? This doesn't even mean that this is the top right here. We can go even higher. But this is an ugly doji candle here. There was a large emergency end staker that came in here and dumped his chart or his stake. This is the ratio. I think we've talked about this for a while. I was pretty indecisive in what I thought would happen here. But if we disregard this wicks down here, we made a beautiful double bottom, right? And this is a valid W, and you can see it more clearer on larger time frames. If we put it on the line chart, you can see this massive W here. And it's now broken out. Maybe we get a retest at the 0.55. This can mean overperformance from PHEX to re-establish itself. And move higher from there. There should still be a sign of strength. This is a breakout. Maybe we come down, spend some time here and go higher. Very high on the RSI on the weekly and on the daily, or on the daily and on the 3-day. The weekly sitting here at 55 or 50 level, which is still neutral, not really in the extreme bought areas just yet. Incentive token 1.5, 1.15. So maybe sell some incentive token over here. It's recovered nicely. If you want to hold your incentive token, I'm not going to tell you not to. Hex on Pulse Chain, PHEX. I mean, we had all of these lines here. The last time we checked it, we were at this line, and I said that that needed to hold. We still had higher lows, which is really good. And we can see the run that we have from that. We've got a breakout level. Here's a breakout level here and a breakout level there. We hit right into the reverse reload zone, which is called the short location, the opposite of the long reload zone, right into the 61, a little bit of a rejection. And even on the weekly, we can, I mean, if this closes here, that's very bullish. So yeah, I think everything still looks good. Maybe we have a short-term pullback over here, which would still be healthy. Retest the resistance levels and we can go again. So let's get into your altcoin. I see Access Alive was already here asking for his coin, and we'll look at that. Let's give these guys on here. Firstly, I would like to start with my own coins, actually. This is Kek, the original. This was the second meme coin that was released on Pulse Chain after the Dogecoin guys from Trust Wallet. Okay, what we can do is we can do a volume analysis. I'm pretty sure now, for some reason, this volume analysis has not been working when I've done it. But either way, we had this W back here. If we zoom in and put it on the line chart, you can see the initial W that finished the breakout. This has now been retested, right? We've come down to retest this level, bounced off it nicely. What I want to see here, this is incredibly cheap, right? This coin was launched very fairly. There was no one was participated in providing liquidity. I provided $1,000 of liquidity myself. This liquidity is still locked here for well past the bull market. 50% supply is also locked. So all of the supply is on the market currently. You can see even the highest traders aren't up that much. This guy's made like 2K on this. We don't know how much he actually bought because he could have sold it to send it to a different wallet, not showing his buy. What I want to see here is a W form. Now let's just quickly look at the Pulse Chain value. Let's see if we can do a, yeah, no. Oh, there we go. So on the Pulse Chain pair, it still looks like it wants to come a little bit lower to the point of control. These are new lows, so yeah, it seems like it wants to come back into the overall accumulation zone. A nice little W there. Consolidation, once again, is really not a bad thing. The longer you can accumulate at a certain level, the more crazy the move to the upside will be. Let me just move this a little bit further. Okay, yeah, it's still the same. So that is kick. I still like it. And this is where I should be interested if I wanted to get some of more of this. Let's put on the 88.6 level. Yeah, so it looks like the 88.6 level will be hit. These consolidations and retracements are very normal in meme coins. They generally do this because the run-up was quite aggressive, right? So you're going to spend some time coming down and moving sideways. Very healthy, very normal. And this is, in fact, what you want to see your altcoins do, because you need this distribution for new players to get in and to get their positions. It's a healthy chart, a very good looking chart. Then we will take a look at Granny. Now the only difference between Granny was that we bootstrapped some liquidity. So there were some guys that helped me provide liquidity. We are now down 92% under this coin. RSI on the daily. This is bullish divergence as indicators are going higher, yet the price is still going lower. I think we've hit the 88.6 level now. If you look at what Cake did, this looks a lot the same as what Cake did, right? Can we? Yeah, we can actually compare them with each other. Okay, now it's gonna put the current. We don't have all of the data, so we probably should do it from here. Pretty sure there's only 1 grand. Yeah, after you had a massive run up like this, you do a full retracement, not all the way, but let's see how much that was. 93%. So we are currently down for grand 91%. So you can either have a launch with a massive run up like this, but then expect it to do a healthy retracement like 90 to 95%. I mean, look at what Pulse X and Hex has done, right? To get all of these guys out, and then you can rebuild and etc. Move to the upside. You can expect, I mean, good runs like this. Is it? I thought you'd think it was that's a 48x versus Pulse. I think on USD value it was a 12x versus USD value, but we're making more Pulse, right? And that's why we look at Pulse chain pairs. So let's go back to Granny and finish up the Granny chart. I still like these coins. Still accumulating them slowly. I made a purchase up here, so it's time for me to maybe get some more over here, as I think we're pretty close to a bottoming area. We're probably going to see some strong bullish divergences as price is going lower, yet the indicators are going higher. So that's good bullish divergences. That is what you want to see. And even on the daily, we can see it. That's what you want to see for price reversal. And listen to this analysis. You don't have to like this coin, but this is what you're going to be looking for when you rebuy your coins that has done a blow off top, right? You're not allowed to chase these things up here. That is too late. And that is generally when most people would be interested in chasing these coins, is when they're up there. That is when you should say, okay, newbies are trying to buy this coin. I should probably wait for a retracement, look for bearish or bullish divergences at the bottom, and then get back in. So liquidity is locked. All of the supply is on the market on this one. So yeah, now we just need to wait for a bottom to form, some higher lows and a breakout of that level. So that is Granny and Kick. Both of them are in really, really good positions. You're not buying the top, and this is why I feel much more... I feel better about talking about these things. Talking about them up there, it's really not cool, because they might just reverse, right? Okay, Hoa is the first coin that was requested. I'm glad you all sat through that. It's relevant that we look at the whole ecosystem, and even if you don't like the chart that we are currently looking at, you can still learn from it. Now, just what I said now, this is how it's doing really, really well. I like it. I like the guys that are behind it. But this is the nosebleed section. Like I just told you, this is not where we should be interested, right? When everybody is talking about it. It's really, and even if you see like suggestions like we're getting today, generally, because if people's attention on it, it's probably a little bit too high for you. So now this did really, really well, but liquidity was added at like $6. No hate, I'm just telling you guys, this is why you get massive moves to the upside and very, very large players with very large positions, which they paid pretty much nothing for, right? We can see at the top traders, this guy has made 16K with a very, very small buy, a relatively small buy. This is what you get when you list these things with very low prices. And let's see if this guy has more HOA in his... So nothing in this wallet. It doesn't mean he's probably got more wallets, or he has sold out completely. This is not where you should be interested. We should wait for our reload zone. We can do a volume analysis. Let's go switch to Raptor Pulse first. It's gonna look exactly the same. Let's go to the 1-day chart. This is bearish divergence here, right? You can see indicator going lower, price is higher. This is what I wanted to see actually on Hex to give us a warning that the top is in, but we don't even have that on Hex. We could only be here for Hex because it's only gotten oversold at this areas. Continued higher, but it's now starting to put in bearish divergence on the daily chart. This is distribution. You're getting lower lows up here. This is very dangerous up here. Doesn't mean it can't go higher, but the risk is on. If you really wanted to get some of this, why not just wait for a retracement, right? If it goes higher, you just continue to readjust your fib tool. Wait for at least a 61% retracement. We can do a volume analysis. We can see where most of the volume was traded down here. If this were to return all the way here when you've bought up here, you would feel some significant depression. There's a W down here. There would still be very, very positive to come down to these levels. Nothing wrong with it. Once again, I don't hate these things. I don't date them. I simply just trade them, right? I recently bought Spooky, SPKY, which is also from, let's look at it actually, from 2 Spooky, 75 cents. There is more liquidity on the spare versus HOA itself, so it's got a large liquidity pool versus HOA. For some reason, the liquidity pool's not showing up. You can see it here. And the HOA one, which is the largest liquidity, it's not even showing at all, which is really, really weird. So this is Spooky. Unfortunately, you've missed this one. Once again, you need to wait for it to pull back. Yeah, to go back to HOA. Yeah, I think that's pretty much that. This is dangerous up here. Wait for a retracement. It's not healthy up here. You could just get wrecked. This is distribution, right? As coins are being sold off. We looked at the top traders. You've got bearish divergences at the bottom here. Wait for these areas down here. You've got lines which you can catch a falling knife at, or the granny can wait for higher lows to form on the chart. So that high, that low being higher than that one. So it's probably not drawn accurately, but you get the idea. You can even wait for a level, the breakout level, to even buy. Because generally when these things break out, they do come down to retest their breakout level before heading higher. And you can see even larger W's on the chart. Okay, that was HOA. Let's go to the next one. RFX. Seeing a lot about this coin. So from the get-go, I can probably assume, or well, I can't even remember 3 letters, RFX. It's probably very, very overextended, right? Let's just go ahead and look at that chart. Reflux to exactly, right? Doesn't mean it can't go higher. We can pull up our indicators. It's only going to be showing on shorter time frames. This is bearish divergence, right? Indicator going lower, price going higher, higher, and higher. Dangerous up here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 straight up days. And everybody wants to take a look at this. This is not where you should be interested. Down here is where you should be interested. Let's see if we have volume. I mean, look at where most of the volume was traded, right at the bottom of the range. People are in extreme profits over here. This guy did buy a lot. He's up 7K, so that's like a 2x. He's made 2x on his investment. Maybe take some profits up here. There's nothing wrong with selling half of your initial investment just to get a free position in this coin. Imagine that as a zero risk trade, right? Get your sweet pulse back and just ride this one through. Let's look on the shorter time frames and versus, yeah, very, very strong bearish divergence on the shorter time frame. Yeah, the risky up here, this could be the start of your M over here, which is the opposite of a W. Don't chase these things. It's really not worth it. Look for something else. Try to get, try and get into the inner circles of these coins before they launch, right? That is when the most money is made, if you can get in when these things launches. Or you need to wait for retracements. It is as simple as that. If you want to see your coin looked at early, leave a super chat. It doesn't have to be a lot of money. I can just see it instantly as it comes up. PLN. I'm going to try and go a little bit quicker here. There's no reason really for me to go quickly or go slowly through these things. PLN. Pulse Allen founder. Let's go to Raptor Pulse. Okay, so it looks a lot like cake actually. Let's look at the indicators. This is just from the start, it has to come down a little bit more, right? If we do our fib tool, you're still above the reload zone. Let's do a volume analysis and then we can actually give targets for this. You can see where most of the volume was traded at the bottom of this range. Actually, Keck is a really good example of what to expect about these things. Wait for it to get down to these levels. It's going to take a while. But that is the power of patience. You get really, really good price targets. So that is PLN. Bana. I've actually got it on my chart here. I told everybody about this on my Twitter back here. This is the daily chart. Was this a new high? Yes, it was. This is bearish divergence. Price is going lower, or indicator going lower, price is going higher. That's bearish divergence on the daily chart. You need to wait for it to come down. And this is a coin I hold, right? So I'm telling you as honestly as I possibly can. On the daily chart, stronger rejection on the daily chart whilst asserting itself, pushing down the altcoins. Once again, our trust is 61.8. We can see the confluence here. Lots of time was spent here. Lots of trading happened there. Then we can do a quick volume analysis on this. Slap bang inside of that level. This is where I would be interested to get some more here. If you've sold doubles up here, you've got free positions, maybe 2 doubles already, so you've got profits. You can rebuy this when it comes down. That's simply what I would do. It was a nice little W that broke out here. Lots of volume was traded here, so people will step in there RSI needs to come lower, etc., etc. These Holla ETH guys are spamming me to the max. The TYRH guys, I see them in the chat here as well. Boom, boom, boom. There is a steep tax in this coin. I warn you guys every time. Just do factor that into your profit taking strategy. Let's swap to Rapid Pulse. Very oversold areas. Like I said last time, probably back here. This is where you should be interested, but do have more inside of the tank to reload if it goes lower. We can do a volume analysis. I mean, you've got your location, right? Don't have any bullish divergences yet. So you want price to make a lower low, but the indicator making a higher low. Most of the volume was traded all the way down at 6, which is a little bit scary. Reflection tokens, they do, like, I'm not a fan of reflection tokens. You've probably heard me say that before. The thing is that there's no way of knowing how low this can go. You need to wait for higher lows on this chart, right? Higher lows and a breakout. That's all you can do. I mean, it's really, or if you really love this chart for some reason, you can catch a falling knife. Now, once again, I don't hate these things. I don't date them. I'm just looking at the chart, right? Like, I've looked at thousands of charts throughout the years. You need to higher lows. It's nothing healthy just yet. This can just sit here forever. I'm not saying that's what it's going to do. And I don't like the fact that these guys went ahead and did a sacrifice for Binance Chain. Like, why would you do that? Either way, it's not my money. It's not my chart. I mean, you can look for probably levels here. There wasn't really the prettiest W that was formed down here, which makes it even higher. You can just like speculate at some of these levels. Like, this will be your places where you will find some support. There's still, I mean, lots of space between these areas. Let's look for. You had a little bit of bearish or bullish divergences on the 5, but you've bullish divergences on the shorter time frames, but it's already played out. I mean, there's not much to say about this chart. And it trades weird. It's like very smooth moves. X still pumping against X. Hex. Cool, cool, cool. I like all hexes. I probably like them too much. Yeah, still moving, which is good to see. So Hola ETH continues to spam me. Okay, so we've gone through all of that. Cool website, hexcharts.com. This gives you all of the history. You can see it versus USDC, you can see it versus BTC, and you can see it versus ETH. I mean, we've come down all the way. Okay, let's go through, you guys. Let's go to Access. Access is always here. Let's switch to Rapid Pulse. Indicator going down. You've got distribution here, new lows of lower lows. Technically a downtrend. Most of the volume was traded back here at 55 million PLS per access coin. Lower highs. So you had a few breakout levels here. It just continues to pop up above it. As soon as you start closing candles below this levels, you can expect it to move to the bottom of the range. You can see the beautiful market structure that was created here. W inside of W. When you finally broken out, this is also the 78.6 level. I mean, this would be really healthy if it returns to this level. You can get the indicator to reset totally. The indicators are also making lower lows. Still technically a downtrend because you've got lower highs and lower lows. It's very boring. My analysis always sounds the same, but I try and be as consistent as possible. And yeah, I mean, that would be lovely if we can get back to these levels. I don't know if it's going to happen, right? Market cap 11 billion. This Axis just once again proved that market cap is a vanity metric. The vast majority of this coins is held in the what their OA is. Someone made out very, very good here. Bought a lot of coins, 3K coins. Now let's see how many axes he has left. I wonder if that is the guy. Let's see where this guy is buying and selling. So he accumulated most of his coins down here. Down here. So he's punishing the chart currently. Let's see how many axes he has left. So it looks like he's sold out completely unless he's sent it to another wallet. But he bought a lot. To put 3 into a I'm not gonna call it a meme coin. I don't know if that is what Axis calls it. I mean, a little bit risky here. Like, I would like it a little bit lower, but I've missed this chart a few times before, so I'm not gonna say like I know what's gonna happen here. I never make predictions, right? I just show you where I would be interested in buying these things. And that's not financial advice, that's just simply what I'm looking to do. I would love it at these levels down here. You can see the beautiful breakout level, and this would still be a sign of strength in Wyckoff theory when you come back and retest the breakout levels. This was a fast move. Generally, they do retrace, but like I've said before, this chart has surprised me in the past. What's up, Dixon? I am good. Thank you for always being here, bro. Zen George, let's go. Granny, yes, let's go. At what price levels are the WMAs? What are WMAs? I know SMAs and EMAs. Surf God today says, "Hey Hans, I love your quick shows. Yeah, I like to keep them as short as possible." Jory, what's up? Thank you for being here. Yeah, click the like button and subscribe if you like this kind of content. Mintra is below SAC value. So Mintra has more. I wondered what was going on here. Now I'm lagging for some reason. Laggy. Don't know why. So you're telling me Mintra's below SAC value? I didn't sacrifice for this. Someone went ahead. So I think most likely the pair was created on PHUX because most of the volume or most of the liquidity is there. So some random person created the liquidity pair all the way up there. So do ignore this, right? Don't know the fundamentals just yet. I think you need to pay for your NFTs in Mintra. Let's switch to Rapid Pulse. This chart's going to look a lot different on these time frames. Well, there's very, very little history to go off here. I mean, you're starting to create some higher lows here. Breakout level would be above this level over here. It's tested it a few times again. Let's go again and look at the RSI. Nothing really to see here. Maybe it's formed on the 4 hour already. Very low on the 4 hourly. Very, very low on the 4 hourly. It's below SAC value. I mean, I wish I had a full chart. I wish I had what are the SAC rate. So you're saying it is below the SAC rate. I mean, if you don't have some of this, That's why you need to learn risk management, right? If you don't know what that is, you need to get my ebook in the description down below and the pinned comment at the top of my Twitter channel. That would also give you access to the Telegram chat and the Signals group where I post what I buy when I buy it, and there's cool discussions going on there. Lots of alpha new coins being talked about and new coins being listed. Yeah. I mean, if you really wanted this is where you should have been interested, right? Maybe you can wait for bullish divergences, but there's no bullish divergence to really speak of here. Yeah, you need to manage your risk, very small percentages of your trading portfolio, if that is something that you're interested in. The protocol hasn't launched yet, so expect to buy the rumor, sell the news when that finally does happen. Timeshare Daddy says, good morning all. Can you check out Bear? It will be added to 9inch. You sure it's going to be on 9inch? Teddy Bear, 2 months old, 361k liquidity. Point of control has been hit. This is why this massive volume node, or where most of the volume was traded, is powerful. You've broken the downtrend. We need to see W's at the other side of the downtrend. Boom, 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 boom. That's not a W because the second V is lower. Boom, 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 boom. That's your breakout level up here. If the granny was really patient and conservative, she can wait for the breakout level. That breakout level is still inside her reload zone. Do we have divergences to speak of? Let's go to rapid pulse before we even take a step further. New lows. See where most of the volume was traded. This is going to be a magnet. It's already below that level. I mean, everybody thought this was the next best thing. We're at the 88.6 level. Like I always say, I mean, these 88% retracements, very, very healthy, very normal. Doesn't make it a scam or anything like that. We don't have the break of the downtrend just yet. This can be the start of your higher lows or your W here. It looks a little bit weak. It looks like it wants to make a new low. Let's check out the RSI. No bullish divergences to speak of just yet. This did a massive run, right? You could expect it to do a large consolidation and move sideways here. The longer the consolidation, let people forget about this, get it out of their minds, and then it's probably most likely going to be a good time to start accumulating this again. I mean, I've already started buying it at these levels, which is I'm fine with. I'll buy more when it goes lower. This is probably where I should be interested because this is my next level. This is the area where we should be interested if we like this coin and we think it's going to change the world. But then again, you need to know how to manage your risk. There's no reason to go and throw all of your trading pulse into this coin, your trading portfolio. Many of you don't even have a trading portfolio. At the end of the day, like, these boring things are the most important thing. Managing your risk, having a separate wallet to trade with, etc. That's the boring stuff, but it's the most important things. That's what keeps you from getting absolutely destroyed. Like, the amount that I've put in here, if that goes to 0, it's not going to change anything. But if it goes ahead and does a 10x, that's more pulse for me, free pulse that I did very little work for, all right? No manual labor at all, just sitting and waiting for a price chart to move. So that's Teddy Bear. I mean, this is the area where we should be interested. People are starting to lose interest. Actually, you're the first guy that's asked me to look at this chart for a while. So the granny could be conservative If she doesn't want to catch a falling knife, she can wait for her higher lows to form and the breakout level to be broken. That's teddy bear. Let's quickly just scan die. Making new lows. No bullish divergences to speak of. Look down below to the 88.6 level. I'd probably get some more there, and if that fails, you got your breakout level back here. Doing a full retracement, not even really oversold just yet. Atropa also down 50%. Pulse chain continues to put pressure on these things. It's now lost. This is an M here. It's lost its support. Look down below. That is why the granny sometimes just likes waiting for W's, a confirmed W with a breakout, double bottom and a higher high. So that's what it looks like, a double bottom and a higher high. This is your high here and a higher high. Close above the high, retest, there you go. Wherever this happens, if it happens here, if it happens there, wherever it happens, this is a full retracement. I know it sucks for that, guys. I feel for those guys that buy these things up here. Yeah, that is just why you need to learn these basic technical analysis skills. Wait for retracement, don't chase bumps. Like, I'm doing this for you guys for free for a reason. Just if you take one thing away from it, I'm happy. Let's see. Check out Bear. It will okay. Bear. TH, we've looked at GH. Grandpa is pumping. What's Grandpa? What's up, guys? Is Mintra delayed? Thought they were waiting on the Fetch Oracle to launch. The protocol has not launched yet, but the token is live. 2 more months. Would be awesome to see. Yeah, we looked at THRH. What is going on with Total FOMO? People front ran me, bro. It's already left at the station. Total FOMO. There we go. We talked about it down here, like the 38.2 has been hit and it's now gone, unfortunately. We can just readjust our fib tool to see where we should be interested. Very, very high on the RSI. This could be the top. It could go higher, but I'm not chasing it up here. This is the nosebleed section. You can see where most of the volume was traded was actually down here. So I expect it probably to go a little bit higher here. That's a doji candle. Let's look if there's divergences on the shorter time frames. No divergences on the shorter time frame. No divergences on the daily. Maybe it goes a little bit lower. I don't care. It can go higher. It can leave me behind. Go higher. I'll wait for you down here. That's TF. I'm gonna go as quickly as possible. Burn water plant. Ooh. Rich May is here. He wants me to look at those reflection rewards. I mean, this is probably going to hurt. 2K liquidity. Dude, I'm just going to go through them very, very quickly. No bullish divergences yet. Let's look at the Wrapped Pulse. No bullish divergences. This continues to look like the incentive token. I mean, all you can do is wait for higher lows and the higher high. A long base to be formed. Wait for divergences. That would mean the price is going lower, yet the indicator is going higher. So price going lower like that, yet the indicator going higher. That's bullish divergence, excuse me. Strong bullish divergence enough to reverse the price. Can't be interested here. There's no real market structure, and the fundamentals tells me that this is the log chart as well. I mean, you're pretty much boom, down, 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 down. Nothing gets me excited unless I see a double bottom. I mean, probably all of them are going to look the same, so I'm going to give someone else a chance, right? Sub, Rapid BTC. So there's a lots of requests coming in and still down 20% on the day. Seems like the Atropa ecosystem is pulling this down. So you've got lots of reload zones. The large green box is the overall. That's the. This is a new low. Yeah. You've come down to retest this breakout level, acting as support. There's no bullish divergences, so finally it's like shown what it wants to do. We can do a volume analysis. There's still, which I didn't like, it V-bottomed it down here on made a small little W if you can look down here, to be fair. This is where the point of control is at 1.25 million wrapped pulse per BTC. You're inside the reload zone. This is a falling knife. We need to wait for our double bottom to form. There's no bullish divergences yet. The RSI is finally broken down significantly, but to be fair, this is hidden bullish divergences. The RSI has not been this low, yet the price action is still higher. But hidden bullish divergence is not enough to reverse the price, unfortunately. It needs to be strong bullish divergence, which has not happened here. Maybe this W comes down here. Maybe it happens here. We don't know when it's going to happen. There's probably some bullish divergence. No, nothing on the shorter time frame. This looks like a good area for it to be retested. There's a large value gap here. I mean, I would personally wait for a double bottom and a higher high to be formed before going long on this. This has now kind of changed, right? This can still go a lot lower. How about some Texan? I think Texan actually did really well recently. And I'm just going to look at one on the pulse chain for us. 30k liquidity. This is the V2 pair, so it's not going to have all of the data I expect. I mean, when did the... Lots of Texan supporters. It's a very low liquidity pair. This bottom here, I don't like that. This wick, you've made a new low down here. So like someone wanted to exit here and they just left and they sold everything and left. This is kind of a relief bounce. It's done exactly the same as Hex has done, which is a V bottom, which the market does not like. I would wait for it to come down. Something like that. I'm not chasing this up here, although it's incredibly cheap, right? There's more data here. It ran up like that. So overall, you're most likely inside of the larger reload zone, but on the shorter time frame, I'm going to wait for these levels down here personally to be hit before getting some here. These things just needs a little bit more time to consolidate. Get to those weak handed plebs out, and then we can go again. Okay, 2 more minutes. How about okay with the EX? Okay. Which chart looks better, Zen or PZen? Are talking about both Zens, or apparently because the gas fees are a little bit more expensive. That's probably why you're having the bump. Beautiful little W bottom here, hey? This is what you want to see on your chart, telling you that it's time to go long. You could have even taken the high or the breakout level up there, going higher. This wants to go higher. I actually have a mint coming out pretty soon. Not really oversold just yet. Looks like it has a little bit more upside. I mean, this chart looks good. I mean, I'm not gonna hate the thing. Not dating it. Breakout, retests, perfect, and off you go. If we put on the line chart, you can see whatever. Probably got more upside. We can get our targets by doing a fib extension. We are currently exactly at the first target. Your next target would be the 4.669. Maybe we get there, maybe we do not. I'm not in the prediction game. What I do is I sell halves on doubles. So if you're up double, maybe take some profits. And when it pulls back, maybe it goes all the way to there. You can rebuy it cheaply. Let's look at Zen on P for you on Pulse Chain. Very low liquidity, only 1K. I mean, it actually doesn't look that bad. Just from a location perspective, this one is still a lot cheaper than the other one. It hasn't done anything, so just from that bias, I would like this chart more. I don't know if it creates more lows, lower lows. Yeah, Axis is obviously the whale because he created the coin. But he's doxed, so I don't expect him to rug pull you guys. Very, very unlikely. I need to feed Daddy some spaghetti. I looked into Brian Beamish at your record. Cool guy, Chad trader for sure. Yeah, but everything I know I've learned from him. PBR for those who like nano cups. Okay, so Shiller's in the chat. THC on pulse chain, please. THC. Tetrahydrocannabinol. There we go for the weed smokers. Is this a rug pull? There's no really liquidity here unless I have the Trump horse. Poor hacked dude. Who got hacked? Thanks for Zen. Yes, finally my mints are almost ready to claim. PX is cheap. Very true. Cool to mint. Yeah, with that being said, this has exactly been an hour. I want to thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you guys coming and watching me. Like, it's really cool that there are guys that actually want to watch what I have to say. So with that being said, do play from a position of strength. Your position of strength is your reload zone, right? 60% down from the top. Don't get wrecked. That means don't risk more than 5% on any which coin, even if you're in love with the freaking thing. It's not worth it, right? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers for now, and bye-bye.